Hey Leap, Inspire family. Welcome back to another heart-touching tale that's going to keep you glued from start to finish. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button right now so you don't miss out on these inspiring stories that remind us all about kindness, redemption, and the power of seeing people for who they truly are. Today, we're diving into a story that'll make you rethink how we treat those around you. Stick around till the end because this one's packed with twists, lessons, and a powerful message that'll have you reflecting long after it's over. Let's get into it. Picture this: a bustling corporate hallway where tensions run high, and one simple accident spirals into a moment that changes everything. It all started with a sharp voice slicing through the air like a blade. "Don't you watch where you're going?" Michael Reed, crouched over a spilled bucket of cleaning supplies, looked up to meet the furious gaze of Patricia Adams, the HR manager who thought he was just another lowly janitor. Water pooled on the shiny marble floor as Michael muttered a quiet apology, scrambling to clean up the mess. But Patricia wasn't having it, her face twisted with exhaustion, dark circles peeking through her makeup, her hands shaking as she clutched her phone. She snapped at him, her words dripping with disdain. "People like you always have excuses." Michael stayed calm, but inside he was piecing together the puzzle. You see, he wasn't really a janitor. He was the owner of the entire company Horizon Group, disguised to uncover the real issues plaguing his empire. For days, he'd been mopping floors and emptying trash, witnessing firsthand how employees like Patricia treated those below them not with respect, but with contempt born from unseen pressures. As Patricia's rant escalated, her voice cracking with barely contained frustration, employees peeked out from offices, some exchanging knowing glances, while others ducked back inside to avoid the drama. "Do you know what time it is? I have a board meeting in 10 minutes, she yelled, her eyes wild. Michael noticed the desperation beneath her anger, a woman on the edge, juggling impossible demands. Then, in a shocking move, she uncapped her water bottle and dumped it over his head, the cold liquid soaking his clothes and dripping onto the floor. The hallway fell silent, stunned by the humiliation. But what struck Michael most was the horror flashing across Patricia's face right after, like she'd shocked herself more than anyone. She stammered something about him having something real to clean before fleeing to her office, her heels clicking unsteadily, a muffled sob echoing behind the closed door. The aftermath was heavy. Coworkers dispersed awkwardly, avoiding eye contact, as if the scene had tainted them all. Mrs. Teresa, a veteran cleaner in her 60s, rushed over with towels, her face etched with worry and silent tears. "She's getting worse every day," she whispered to Michael, helping him dry off. It turned out this wasn't Patricia's first outburst. It's kind and helpful. She'd changed about a year ago, growing tense, overworked, and explosive. Late nights, skipped meals, shaky phone calls. Something invisible was crushing her, and in turn she was crushing others. Michael absorbed it all, his undercover mission revealing layers he hadn't expected. What started as a quest to spot bad management was turning into a mirror reflecting his own failures as CEO. Michael Reed had built Horizon Group from a tiny consultancy into a powerhouse with thousands of employees. Success had come fast, but so had warning signs: rising turnover, anonymous complaints about disrespect, and toxic pressure, especially toward contractors. He'd met with Patricia before, her explanations logical but evasive. Doubting the polished reports, he'd gone undercover, inspired by a tip from a European investor. With fake IDs and simple clothes, he vanished into anonymity, experiencing the invisibility of low-wage workers, executives ignoring him, conversations halting as he approached. Yet he also saw camaraderie among the staff, sharing meals and support where the system offered none. Soaked and humiliated that day, Michael wrestled with rage and revelation. Firing Patricia seemed easy, but Mrs. Teresa's words lingered. Patricia wasn't always cruel. The system had broken her. That night, in his cramped boarding house room, thin sheets, shared bathroom, a far cry from his luxury life, Michael researched burnout and managerial stress. He realized his own demands for efficiency had created a pressure cooker, managers absorbing the heat and passing it down. Shame hit him hard. He'd neglected the human side of his creation, echoing the disrespect his father, a lifelong doorman, had endured. His dad's words rang true: use power to lift people, not crush them. Michael decided tomorrow wouldn't be about revenge. It'd be about fixing the roots. The next morning, he shed the disguise, donning his CEO's suit-like armor with newfound weight. Arriving early, he surprised the security guard, Julian, swearing him to secrecy. In his office, he called his assistant, Christina. All hands meeting at 9. Everyone, no exceptions. He printed complaints, his own aggressive emails, evidence of systemic failure. The auditorium buzzed with speculation as over 200 employees filed in, Patricia among them, looking drained. Michael took the stage, revealing his undercover stint, cleaning toilets, seeing disrespect up close. Gasps rippled as he described the water incident, eyes locking on Patricia. That janitor was me, he declared. The room erupting, he fired Patricia on the spot for her actions. No excuse for humiliation, but admitted his complicity. Impossible targets, distance from reality. I failed you all, he said, promoting Mrs. Teresa to a direct role with benefits, announcing cultural audits, reduced targets, and rotations for executives to work entry-level jobs. He offered Patricia therapy and a reference, not absolution, but recognition of shared blame. The applause mixed with tears. Skeptics like sales manager Frank questioned shareholders, but Michael stood firm. I'd rather be fired doing right than rich doing wrong. Chaos followed media frenzy. Shareholder pressure, but Michael focused on people, learning names, hearing stories. Then, a bombshell. An anonymous envelope from Patricia exposed sabotage. Rival Graham Castillo had blackmailed her over her brother's debts, forcing her to leak info, file complaints falsely, and create toxicity to weaken Horizon for a takeover. She'd recognized Michael undercover and humiliated him on Graham's orders. Worse, 5 others were compromised. Frank, Sylvia, Henry, Amanda, Mark. Each with vulnerabilities exploited. Rage fueled Michael. But he chose transparency again, calling another all-hands with press. Exposing emails, transfers, and the list, he offered protection paying debts, medical bills freeing them from blackmail. Graham bet on my silence. He lost, Michael said. Evidence sent to authorities. Clients admired the honesty. New investors came. Graham was indicted, his empire crumbling. Patricia visited, grateful, starting therapy. Michael learned vulnerability's strength. But the story wasn't over. Graham's revenge loomed hot. A 3 a.m. fire in records destroyed files. Cameras showed Henry, who'd confessed but lied about blackmail. He'd taken bribes. Malware corrupted data. Clients panicked. The board blamed Michael's trust, voting no confidence. Devastated, Michael uncovered more. Board member David partnered with Graham for a takeover. With Patricia's help, he recorded David's plotting, exposing him mid-meeting. The board reversed, keeping Michael with a pragmatic coup. Rebuilding hurt-loss contracts, leading funds from aid, but gains followed. Higher satisfaction, applicants flocking. Michael balanced heart and head, creating sustainable support funds. Family reconciled. Helen admitted jealousy over their dad's estate. Hugging after 15 years, he launched a Dignity Institute, investing shares, appointing Mrs. Teresa as ombudsman. Months later, a letter from the inspiring investor praised his growth. Michael reflected. From ego-driven CEO to humble leader, true wealth and lifted lives. Hey Leap, Inspire family, if this story moved you like it did me, smash that like button, share with someone who needs a reminder about dignity, and subscribe for more tales that inspire real change. Drop a comment. What's one act of kindness you'll do today? And I love you. I'll see you in the next one.